James, MJ, LeBron, Shaq, Jerry West, Rick Barry, Giannis, and Devin Booker.
Now being in this situation, what are the things that you're leaning on? What are the experiences you're trying to draw from, like when you're in a win or go home type situation?
I've never really been here before, so I'm just treating it as a series, treating it as, I've seen Game 6s happen in the past. There's been Game 7s that happened in the past. So just us as a team, I just heard Chris say it, just figuring out, a way to win our next game. That's our mindset coming into here. That's been our mindset, since we obviously frustrated after the loss, but wake up the next day. Now it's, that loss is behind us. What can we do next?
Besides just kind of thinking about, okay, I've seen Game 6s and a series can turn. We've all seen that before. Are there people you're talking to? Are there advice you're seeking outside of the team, or is it more just keeping it in-house at this point?
Yeah, we're keeping it in-house. That's been our motto the whole entire season. Our group, knows what's at stake. We know what's on the line. So there's no shortcutting it. We're in it right now, and, we have to figure it out, and we have to get it done.
Sam?
Devin, the outside looking in, I think when a team goes up 2-0 in the finals, drops 3 games, there's this assumption that that's about as demoralizing as it could be. But then Monty just talked a moment ago about, what he's seeing behind the scenes, and that in terms of the spirit, whether it's meals together and the time you guys are spending on the plane, that he really liked what he saw. Do you agree? And just what does that say about your guys' ability to keep your heads in a good place?
It says a lot about this group. Like I said, obviously we were frustrated after the loss, but we're a type team that realize, that's over. Whatever we do forward is going to determine whatever our future is going to be. So we're going to go out here today. We haven't watched film as a team yet together on the game. So I think that's step one for us, in preparing and coming up with the scheme to go out there tomorrow.
Dwayne in the front right.
Devin, we've talked about you waiting to play in this situation, and now you're in a situation that guys you watched have been in and have found a way to get that kind of win. Do you draw from that at all? Like, okay, I've seen guys do this, I can do the same, or we can do the same as a group?
Not really. We just have our group. It's kind of hard to, compare and contrast what LeBron did in the finals in whatever year, you know what I'm saying? So, we have a group that's us, and that's how we keep it. So we're trying to figure it out right now, how we're going to go out there and do it. And we know it's possible with, the group that we have and what we've leaned on for most of the season.
Quick follow, Coach has always had the right thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
You guys all year. What's that been like to have a coach that's so dialed into you that once he starts talking, you're like, okay, I know exactly what he's trying to get to us?
It keeps the energy right. There's no second guessing what Coach says. He has the best interests, and he's right. So we listen to him. He's somebody that we've leaned on through this whole season for our locker room, for how we perform on the court, for what he just mentioned, how we, get together as a group very, very often. So we have a tight-knit group.
Over here on the left, third row.
In the first 2 games of the series, which you won, you were taking almost 40 3-pointers a game as a team. Over the last 3 losses, that number's been a lot lower. What are you seeing from the Bucks defense that have kind of limited those opportunities, and do you think you need more of them in Game 6?
Yeah, I think with the team and the capabilities of the shooters that we have on this team that, we need to generate more threes. Obviously, they're switching a lot and staying home on shooters. So, there's just a way of figuring it out, putting pressure, causing gravity to open up opportunities, easier opportunities for everybody on this team because, we have a lot of really good shooters on this team.
Steve on your right.
Hi, Devin. When the series shifted here for Game 3, Jay Crowder talked about using his Milwaukee roots to get food catered in, keeping you guys close, not sending it out into the night where you'd have to interact too much. What has the road experience been like in this series for you guys? Has it been helpful even in terms of that, keeping the circle tight, or is it just different?
I mean, we've pretty much been doing this the whole season of, not leaving the hotels and being close to each other. So, it's pretty similar to what we've experienced for most of the season.
Eric, over here.
Hey, Devin. The Bucks kind of did these same things against the Nets and Kevin Durant, where it was a lot of switches, a lot of one-on-one, and then him scoring a whole lot of points. You're doing the same thing. You're scoring a whole lot of points. You mentioned in response to his question about trying to get other people involved. How do you try to strike that balance? I know maybe it's difficult when you are having as much success as you are.
Just take what the defense gives you. Just read what's going on and, try to make the right play. I think, the last 3 games that we've dropped, we've been in position or had opportunities to win the game. So just taking advantage of, whatever our best available shot is or our best available stop is for that possession and doing that.
Mark in the third row on the right.
Hey, Devin, I know you mentioned time and time again your focus on the finals here, but what's it been like going up against Chris and Drew, knowing that next week you guys are going to be, Team USA teammates?
A lot of fun, only basketball that, I've been wanting to play for a really long time. So, I'm having a lot of fun with it, competing at the highest level, that basketball has known. So this is a great experience. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Brian here in the front.
I would guess that, for any great player, after something like Game 3 where you lose and you struggled, it's easy to say, okay, I have to be better next game. You've been very better the last 2 games and you haven't won. What is your mindset for what you're supposed to do going into Game 6 now?
Be better, as a whole collective group. We all know, like I said earlier, what's at stake and what's on the line. So, everybody's going to have to give a little bit more because what we've done hasn't been enough.
Vince in the back.
Hey, Book, you just mentioned how much fun this is being at the finals when, especially not having made the playoffs, and you're getting buckets, you're scoring big. I'm just curious, when you're the only person that has it going, what's that mindset like? Is it, let me give Mikal a shot or Chris a shot, or is it, I got the matchup, this is what I do? Is it a balance between it, or just what is it like in the moment when you're the only one that has it going and the lead is getting bigger or the lead is shrinking, or, when you're in that moment?
Just trying to get the best available shot down. I'm gonna keep saying that. Like that's what our offense tries to do, whether it's a open shot for somebody else or a mismatch we feel DeAndre has with a smaller opponent, or if it's somebody that I feel, couldn't guard me that possession or whatever it is. It's just trying to get the best available shot for our team that possession.
Dave in the middle.
Devin, in covering these playoffs, it's clear that winning is what matters to you, not the numbers. But having put up back-to-back 40-point games against this team, against this vaunted defense, what does that do for you in terms of the confidence of knowing that this challenge ahead of you, you're equipped to complete it?
That's a tough question because we didn't win those games, and that's the only objective there is out there. So back to just gonna have to do more. Whether it's a stop, make a play for somebody else, take a charge, get a 50-50 ball, stop offensive rebound. We know the steps, we know the possessions that have hurt us throughout this playoffs, and we understand the details. It's well communicated throughout our team. So, just being on it, being ready to go, but still enjoying the moment, having fun with it.
Tim up front.
Everybody knows, Devin, the history you had here before Monty showed up. And when he came in here before, he said that when he got here, you had no reason to trust him because you just hadn't been around him yet. And I was curious, over the past couple of years, how has that relationship evolved to the point where, like you said when Dwayne asked you before, that you just know he's right when you're talking to him?
You said, how has it evolved?
Yeah, just how,
just going through experiences together. Like you said, just spending time together. That's only way I feel you can develop real trust in time is going through experiences and having conversations with people. And, Monty has made a point to do that since the day he's gotten here. So, all of us trust him. We all trust each other. And, it's a culture and it's an environment that's fun to be around. And, it's why we've had some of the success that we've had this year.
Steve in the back.
You talked about how fun it is competing with Drew and Chris before you all leave for Tokyo. I'm just wondering what that dynamic's going to be like. How tough is it to kind of be teammates with a couple of guys immediately after you've competed with them, against them, with so much at stake?
Say just understanding competition, and that it's never personal, between who you're going with, unless, lines are crossed, and, those guys, aren't that type, and I would never go that way with them because there's a high respect level for us, for each other. And, I think that's why we're in the position that we're in right now. And, representing your country is a whole different dynamic than competing against each other in, the NBA Finals. But, I can always respect somebody that competes at the highest level.
Palmer, to you on Zoom.
Go to Catherine Fitzgerald with the Arizona Republic.
Hey, Buck. You talked a lot at the last few weeks about trying to learn more about the Suns' past to honor those former teams. And I know you guys, this team, you want to win for yourselves, of course, and that's a little separate. But when you look back at kind of that history, how has that informed, what you're going through right now and how meaningful this all is?
I mean, this I always say it's a basketball town. This organization loves the city, loves the Phoenix Suns, and, it comes with that rich history. People have generated memories that are going to last them a lifetime. And I think that's the beauty of sport and whole. You can get behind something, rally behind it, and, this city has been wanting an NBA championship for a really long time, and has been really close multiple times. So, just understanding that and understanding what's at stake, and, the city means a lot.